Well, it's Margaret again from M.E.s Orchids, and this is the last of the repots that I'm going to do whilst I've been on holiday. And this one here, as you can see, that pseudobulb there is right up against this terracotta pot, and if we turn it round, there is actually room there, but I could leave it another year maybe, but I don't really want to, and the reason I don't want to leave it another year is because this is Camaridium praestans, and I got this in 2016 from Burnham's Nurseries, and it was repotted on the 26th of September 2016, so it's long overdue for a repot. And looking up at this little species orchid this morning, some of them, it comes under Camaridium, and then it's got a bracket, Maxillaria praestans. So at some point the Maxillaria has dropped, and we're just left with the Camaridium praestans, and which is quite interesting. And I did actually at one time, believe it or not, get this to flower. I had 2 flowers, so I'm really chuffed about that. And oops, there we go. Anyway, so let's start and see if we can unpot this. Now let me just bring you slightly down so I can get you nearer here, and I think you can see in there we've got some fine, well, they look like fine roots, and I think we've got some styrofoam peanuts in there. There might be a little bit of sphagnum moss. You might see a styrofoam peanut just down there. No, this was watered just today, and now, unlike with the plastic pots, it's more difficult to get these out of the terracotta ones. So let's just see if I can get something that will just go down there, and see if I can either do it from the bottom and try and push it out that way, or gently. I'm saying gently. Let's have a look. I'm just looking to see whether I've got any growing roots that I might just damage. Right down there. Let me just see. I don't know if they are going to see what I'm going to see, but give it a good old shake. Try and give it a tug. And that's it. So let's have a look at what we've got. Are these old roots? They could be just old roots. Anyway, now this medium here has definitely broken down. Now I don't know if it's the sphagnum moss, but let's just see what we can do. That's a new growing root. I don't know if you can see that there. It's definitely a good time to repot this. I'm glad I decided to do it. And let's just have a look. Because even if it isn't the bark that's breaking down for 2 years, the sphagnum moss is... I'm just smelling that. That has definitely broke down. So there we go. Let's just see if it'll come away. like we say, it's you just have to be gentle and hope that you can get all this old medium out without disturbing too many roots. See the styrofoam peanuts, roots just love it because they actually penetrate it. It's soft, you see. Look at that one, you see. Can you see that one? Now that's gone in down there, right down there, and come out on this one. So I'm not, I mean, they won't break down, the styrofoam peanut. So if those roots don't want to let go of the peanuts, then I'll just leave them in. So you've got to be careful, because removing them will just, you might just lose one or two good roots, and I don't want to do that. So since I had this orchid from Burnham's Nurseries, and it had those 2 blooms, I don't think it hasn't given me any blooms at all. Now, whether that's my fault, let's just see if I can pick some of this sphagnum moss out. It's the sphagnum moss that I do believe has broken down more than the bark. So I've definitely got to get this out. And I've got another glorious day here in Crewe. Back to work on Monday, unfortunately, but never mind. Keith's in the other room, he's watching the cricket. And so we've had temperatures not too far from where we live. I mean, it's in Wales, but we're more where we are situated. We're more towards the southern part of Cheshire, which is not far from Shropshire, and then that's the Welsh border, and Porthmadog, which has been the hottest place in the UK during this heat wave, has reached 33, and that's 33 centigrade, which you know, we're used to temperature this time of the year at around 22. So this is why we're all not all suffering. I mean, but you know, prolonged heat like this, we're not used to it, and it's also set to stay with us next week. And there we go. Now let's just have a look. So if you look at it, it has got quite a fine root system here, and I don't know if you can see that. You see these here, these little tiny ones here, I'm just showing you now, these are all the active roots. And this is what I was reading up on it. It said the best time to repot is when the roots are active, so they will accept the new pot, whether it be a plastic pot or whether it's going to be a terracotta one. And let's just see. I mean, all this sphagnum moss here and the bark is wet because, of course, I watered it yesterday, and I wouldn't have had a chance to unpot it unless I'd actually put water through it yesterday. Now let me just have a look. This is where you need nimble fingers, and there we go. like I say, it's the sphagnum moss. Now I've actually got some sphagnum moss prepared here. But I don't know whether now, seeing this, I want to put too much sphagnum moss in. I mean, this type of orchid does like to be moist during the growing season, but then come the winter months, if you've got too much sphagnum moss in there, then of course it's going to suffer, because it's going to be feeling the cold. Let's have a look. This is quite a big plant actually. It didn't start off as a big plant, but it has grown, these pseudobulbs, and I don't think, to tell you the truth, I've lost any leaves, so I must be doing something right. If let me just see. There we go. I think what I might have done is when I originally repotted this, I probably just put some sphagnum moss up into the middle, and that's why I seem to be getting a mass of it here in the centre. So can you just see up there in the centre? There we go. Oh, I'm just feeling a nice cool breeze then coming from the kitchen window. That's lovely. It's given quite high humidity next week here, and so the nighttime temperatures are not going to be conducive to an enjoyable sleep, and especially when you've got to go to work, and then you can't sleep during the evening and early hours because you've got the dawn chorus. The birds are thinking this is wonderful, and come 3:30 in the morning and you can hear them. It's not the dawn chorus, I don't know what they call it at this time of the year, but we've got the magpies. They squawk and they make one hell of a racket. See that little bit in this area here. I mean, I'm not suggesting for 1 minute I'm going to get it all out, because I don't think I will. But if I can get the majority of it out, I'm going to try. So let's just tip her up now and see what we can find in here. See that bark there? I'll show you. It is actually breaking down, so I may just have to sacrifice some of these roots and pull some of this bark off. So it definitely was a good time to repot, and because these roots are so fine, I'm not going to be able to distinguish. And you see, let me just show you now. See, that's probably a good root, that, and that one is. But what can you do? It's you're going to have to sacrifice a few of the roots to get this old medium out. And let's have a look what we've got here. Here we go. and then let's get it out. It is a massive root system here. Oh, at least I've got up there now. I've got that out under there. And then let's have a look, see if it'll allow me to shake some of this off. And you see in there now. You just have to have the patience of Job. And I mean, I've seen other YouTubers, and they just take the decision well. Some of these roots are, I'll just cut through them. But I like now to give it as less root disturbance as I can. Simply to so the plant doesn't go in complete shock. Can you see under there now? Oh dear. Right. So you've got a piece of wood there. No, actually it isn't a piece of wood. It's this one here is the oldest pseudobulb. Can you just see it there? And this is his growing habit. It goes that way, and then eventually comes out at the side. Now I'm going to pull some of these back now to see what it reveals. And see if I can still pull some more of this sphagnum moss out here. Like being in a maze. There we go. And there's still some, I think, in there. Oh, look at that, an hydrogen ball. And another one tucked up there. Right. Just have a look. We don't want any of these sheaths here. I need them off. But be careful when you start to pull sheaths like this off, because lurking underneath might be a new growth. And what you don't want to do, of course, is disturb the new growth. So doing quite well here. See if I can get that one now. See whether this one will come away. There we go. Right, now let's have a look what we've got. This now, this is the newest. This is the one that butted up against the pot. And let's have a look. We've got down here. It's definitely. I couldn't have left this any longer. Let's have a look what's down here. Let's have a look here. Right, think when I'm going to repot it now, I'm going to have this these new growths sitting slightly higher, and right, oh sorry about that, I'm just banging my foot against the washing machine. So what do you do? Let's have a look. Has it all broken down? I don't believe it's all broken down, so let's give it a chance now and just pot it up in fresh Orchiata bark, and hopefully see if I can get these sheaths out from the centre. Now I'm not going to spray this with the hydrogen peroxide because I want what good microbes there are there. I want them to stay in there. Right, let's have a look. Okay, what a tangled mess. Let's see, I'll be careful with that one. There we go. Okay, let me just show you all that there. And I'm going to just bring that over here, and I'm going to bring this one here now, and this is the new pot I want to use. Can you see that new pot there? And I'm going to put in the bottom, I'll just have to nip into the garage, just bear with me a minute. Some more packing peanuts, and now let's have a look. This is the, let me bring you back up again. Oops. There we go. Now, there we go. So this is the area now. Oh, well, if I can get you in the frame. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the, it's when I lift it up, there we go. This is the area now that was butted up against that other pot. Okay, which is also growing from this area as well. So what I'm going to do with this one is just, now let me just take it out of this bowl. That's the old part there, this. So I'm going to butt that up against here, and it's growing sideways. So let's now just put some Orchiata bark . It's actually got quite big leaves, and so when I'm trying to show you what I'm doing, it's, there we go. Let's put that up if we can, just in that area, and tuck those roots down. I'm not putting too much pressure on them, but I just need them to feel secure. I don't know whether you'll see under there. I need to push some underneath here as well. So it just actually sits proud of the potting media. Let's have a look. Have a look. Now this is the time when you've got to adjust how it's sitting, and I think I'm doing quite well. The trouble is when you've got a plant that comes sideways as opposed to just going in one direction, what you're trying to do is accommodate both sides. And right, now that one's fine. Can you see those? This is the old part, but that there, sorry, this is the old part, but that there is a new growing root. And I do apologise about that, I went out of focus. So I'm going to just gently now just let a little bit of that orchiata bark, that's right there. And so that's it now. She's going to be put back upstairs into the growing room, and like with the other label, I will mark in a minute when I've repotted her, and let's just put her up like this now. Just take you off the stand for a second. Excuse the noise of me on screwing the tripod. There she is. She's had all those old sheaths taken away. That's that new growing pseudobulb there. So she's got room to manoeuvre there. And we take her around this way. That's the other pseudobulb, and that of course is the back part of this Camaridium praestans. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for my continued new subscribers, and this will, like I say, now go back up into the orchid room, and she's been watered yesterday, so she won't be watered today. So take care, enjoy your orchids, have a good weekend, and we'll speak soon. Bye bye now.